Since January 1st to March 31st, my company in our local market did 21 deals, and I want to go into each marketing source, how much it cost, how many leads we got, how well we converted, and go through our entire Q1 recap to see exactly what we had success with and what we didn't, and what we're going to fix for the next quarter. If you don't know me, my name is Dawson Skorcheski. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where I have a wholesale and flipping company here, locally based, where we've been doing it for the last 5 years, and we have tried everything, we do everything, and we consistently testing more marketing methods and different ways to do things. That way we can just simply get more deals in one local market. So overall, in the first 3 months, we spent almost 23 grand in marketing, and we got 21 deals. Now, obviously, it was a lot of different marketing sources, and I want to go into what were the best ones and worst ones. And what I'm going to start off with is organic SEO. I'm going to put a preface on organic SEO. I'm in a very much smaller market than most people who, maybe in San Antonio, Dallas, Los Angeles, a lot of these bigger markets where it's a lot tougher to get ranked with SEO. Now, obviously, we've been doing this for the last 5 years. So over the course of those 5 years, we've been doing SEO, which if you don't know what it is, search engine optimization. It's where you basically get your company to rank on Google for high motivating key terms such as sell my house fast, cash home buyers near me, whatever. So we have a good Google business profile with 100+ reviews and a website that organically ranks consistently at the top for multiple different really good high motivating key terms. So we get a lot of deals this way. This quarter, we spent around $2,700 on our SEO with obviously maintenance and a lot of other different things. That's a different video for another day. But we ended up doing 8 out of our 21 deals with SEO this quarter. And by the way, throughout this whole video, meaning deals, I mean we either got them under contract or we bought them. Let me put it this way. It's new deals that we either purchased or got under contract for whatever reason, right? So we got 28 leads and closed 8 of them. And that's the power of SEO. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the best lead sources out there for a reason. The numbers don't lie, right? But like I said, don't go out there and being like, SEO's my ticket, because at the end of the day, we have been working on our SEO for the last 5 years, spent a lot of money on it, a lot of time that we didn't get back in the beginning. So it's one of those things where I would recommend a lot of other things before you get started on this. But even though SEO consistently is pretty much our best lead source quarter over quarter, just because once you build that compounding interest of good reviews, a big brand, good ranking, eventually it's just going to open the door up for many more things like Google ads and to make them perform better, like your direct mail when they search up your company name and so on and so forth. So we ended up doing 8 deals in this quarter with SEO, which honestly I thought was very good. I was very impressed with that, with $2,700. Very cheap, but like I said, we're in a very mid-tier market, very small market, and we've been working on SEO for a while, so there's a lot of things that I would do way before you do SEO, but obviously it doesn't hurt to get a profile out there, get some reviews, because it's going to open up a lot of doors and make everything perform that much better. Yeah, going into number 2 with Facebook ads is something where we spent $87.68 on the first quarter for Facebook ads. So we spent almost $9 grand on Facebook ads. We ended up getting 4 deals, which honestly, this was a big thing that this quarter was a big step for us. This is something that we haven't done a lot of in the past in our local market. And so it's something where the Facebook ads, we kind of overlooked for a long time just because we had a high Google presence. Our Google ads were doing well, everything, we direct mail, all this other stuff. So Facebook ads wasn't something that we looked into quite a bit. And it's something this quarter we have severely tripled down on. Obviously, it's done very well for us. I mean, 4 deals with $87.68. Honestly, in the previous quarters, we've been running them previously, but I was honestly pretty shocked at the results with them compared to our Google ads, which usually does very good, which this quarter was kind of down, even though we had the leads, we just didn't quite convert, which we'll get to. But yeah, four deals from almost $9 grand in marketing spend. So, I mean, you're talking whatever cost per contract, that's a really good cost per contract. And so it's a great option. I mean, Facebook ads is a great option, especially if you are in a big market. It's a really cheap option to get in front of a ton of people. Yes, the lead quality, we got 63 leads, right? And we closed 4 of them. So keep that in mind. Not bad actually for usual Facebook conversion rates. I know I run them for other people in different markets and stuff like that across the country. And I know it can vary, that's honestly a pretty good conversion rate. So I'm very happy with that. Usually, I would have expected probably 2 deals, to be honest. So I think this quarter is going to be an up month with Facebook ads, but it's something to monitor as the year goes on and see kind of how it looks with the seasons. I know after, and I'm in a cold area, in South Dakota, so I'm in a, after Christmas and after when the weather starts getting a little warmer, it starts to get more hot, and so meaning actual leads start to pick up and they start to come in a lot more often. So they could have a thing with it, but we'll see as kind of the quarters come on. But otherwise, 4 deals, almost $9,000 spent in marketing on Facebook ads, and out of 63 leads, Can't complain with that. We'll keep, hopefully it continues like that. But then getting into Google ads, we spent almost the same amount, $86.52 on Google ads. There's a lot of ways you can set up Google ads, but our Google ads heavily lean on our Google ranking as well. So we're running our Google ads for very high motivating key terms on top of our organic Google ranking, just because it's gonna basically monopolize the Google search rankings for our area. And so that's why we do it. We get a lot more conversions from it. Like for example, we got 30 leads in this last quarter. Now, the only sad part I was actually kind of upset about was we only got one deal this quarter with PPC. However, we got many good leads. I mean, a lot of the leads were so good, right? It's just tough because sometimes, and I'm sure it's gonna happen where we're gonna get under contract from this quarter, we're probably gonna lock up a few next quarter, right? Or the quarter after. And that's how it goes with any lead source. But yeah, I was just a little upset with how the PPC campaign, I mean, it converted well. We were at a 15 to 20% conversion rate. So the 15 to 20% of the people who came to our landing page filled out a form or called us. Even spending just as much as Facebook ads, we only got one deal, where Facebook ads we got 4. If you want my honest opinion, I think Facebook ads usually in a typical time period is gonna get like 2. So you never know. Next quarter we could get 1 with Facebook ads and get 4 PPC deals next quarter as well. Typically with PPC, I mean, in a situation with 30 leads, I'd like to see 3 deals there. To be honest, I would. Obviously, because the leads are a lot more quality. Like I said, I think with Facebook ads, we got a little lucky this quarter, but well, like I said, we'll see how it goes. And I think PPC will come around here this summer, in the next quarter and the quarter after that. I think it should turn around. But yeah, otherwise, that's something to think about. And I'll kind of go into maybe some improvements that we're gonna do after this when I go through all the numbers here. One thing we're also experimenting on this quarter here as well is direct mail. So honestly, direct mail, we've done it in the past. We've done certain variations of it. The good thing is we have a very heavy Google ranking with 100+ reviews. We have a very reputable company. So the nice thing is when you have direct mail, a lot of people are going to look up your company name on Google. They're going to see who you are, how reputable you are, and it's going to help your direct mail campaign significantly. And so that's where we did launch out at the end of this quarter. We did launch out a direct mail campaign for $2,500. So I'm going to mark that on there. $2,500 we spent on direct mail. We're going to launch it this quarter, see what happens from this these next 3 months to see if we do get anything from that. Now, honestly, my plan with the direct mail is I am planning on getting direct mail every single quarter for the next 2 years in our market, in certain various lists. So like this month, we went after homeowners who bought their house at least 5 years, but no more than 8, just to really double down on a really niche list and make the mailer very heavily targeted. But I'll kind of give you updates on that as we don't have much results yet or have anything really to work off of because we sent it out, I mean, like 7 days ago. So I'll keep you in the loop as far as that goes on what actually happens there. So far with SEO, Facebook ads, and Google ads and direct mail, obviously since we just sent out the direct mail, we have, let's see, 13 of the 21 deals. So where did the other 8 come from? So basically the first one is realtor referrals. So we do have connections with other realtors in our market who maybe have clients who want to sell their property or and they don't want to do it on the market, or it's in really bad condition, which happens a lot. There's a lot of these realtors that just get these properties that are just not very sexy to list, even though you can list those properties and there's nothing wrong with it. You can list them as is, no big deal. But some of these realtors just don't want to, right? And they're not very expensive houses either. So they would, instead of, if it's a $50,000 house that's a piece of junk, they're not going to spend all the time listing it and putting all that time in there. They would rather just hit up a friend, which hopes to be us, right? Which in 2 cases, so we got 2 deals, was us. And so that's typically what you do there is you get in touch with other realtors who trust you. When you consistently start to buy, obviously it takes time to get realtor referrals. It's not short to get those type of leads. You have to really build a relationship, really be trustworthy, and it takes quite a while. Like you can't just reach out to realtors and say, hey, I buy deals. They know 5 other people that do. It's about, okay, who's trustworthy, who's actually gonna close when I call them, and who's actually reputable, especially if they hear that you're reputable from other people. And that's just part of doing good business and staying in a local market. And 2 realtor referrals, 2 deals that we did with realtor referrals, those are always the best because they're free. They're free to get. On to the next one, we got bandit signs. So with our bandit sign strategy, what we do is we don't put them on street corners. We don't do anything like that. We simply have all yellow bandit signs that say I buy houses in black with our black phone number on there, put them in the front yards of all the deals that we're doing, whether we wholesale them and we stick them in the front yard while a cash buyer is flipping it, or if we're flipping it ourselves, we put them in the front yard. So that does really, really well for us. Obviously, we're in a little bit smaller area where crime isn't that much of a big deal, where some of these other big markets, like if you're in Los Angeles or some of these really big metro markets, can have issues where it'll just give out a signal of vacancy, where sometimes you can get a lot of people who are like squatting in your property. So it's something to be aware of as well. That I've heard is sometimes can be bad, just depending on your strategies, just depending on how you're doing it. But obviously we have a lot of houses that we do, and sometimes we dealt with it before, and that's just kind of natural in the flipping game anyways. But we did do 2 deals with bandit signs. So we only spent $300 this quarter on bandit signs, and so very, very awesome way to get deals in our strategy when you have a lot of deals, right? I mean, we like I said, we did 21 this quarter, and obviously we had many in the past that are still sitting there. So we probably have 50 at a time that are sitting on these really bad properties, or really nice ones too, but obviously they look like they're being fixed up. And the reputability there is if you stick them in the front yard instead of a street corner, instead of anything else, the credibility behind it is that there's a dump trailer in the driveway, there's people working on the house, people like neighbors and everyone driving by can see, oh, that's a legit person. And honestly, the appeal there is they see just the blank and unsexy bandit sign that's really noticeable and kind of ugly. They see that they want you to see as your average Joe flipper. They don't want you to see as like the big company on Google. It's a different type of people. So we get a lot of people who come in that just want the average Joe type of guy. They don't know that we're a big company. And so there's a benefit to that, but it's something to think about. Obviously very cheap, and it helps when you do have a lot of deals to work with and put those bandit signs out there. So that's what our strategy is with that. And so we're going to continue doing that. And we've been doing it for a while, and it's consistently done pretty well. 3 more deals on what we did is we got 3 deals from simply just long-term follow-up. These were leads that are sitting in our CRM from various different sources that were just simply long-term follow-up that came through. Even a couple of these were even 2 years or more. So we've been following up with these people for 2 years or longer, and they've came in. And so we did 3 deals this quarter simply from just following up. And so it's awesome to have, because you'll get these leads, like even for example with our Google ads, I complained about, hey, we need to get more deals, but some of those leads might even close a year from now if you follow up with them properly. And so that's just the game of wholesaling, and that's why you can't bank on, this quarter's conversion rates with the PPC campaign were bad. But I guarantee you some of those leads that we did get, we just didn't close them this quarter, but I'm sure within the year or maybe even next year we'll probably close at least a few of them. Have that nest egg to make sure you have that marketing, because sometimes these leads you're going to get, you're not going to close till next year. You're not going to close immediately, right? And that's kind of the tough part. So you got to make sure you have the good systems, have the good nest egg of marketing spend that you can deploy for a year. My rule of thumb is at least 6 months, but I would even say a year of worth of marketing spend in your bank account ready to deploy, because you want to make sure that you can afford to have a wholesale company, because the first 6 months to a year with especially inbound marketing is going to be insanely difficult. You're going to make money, hopefully, if you do it right, if you hire the right people, or however you do. I run all the marketing for my own company, and I do others for others across the country, but it's the same thing where if you hire the right guy, you do everything properly, you'll be in the right place. You just got to have the budget behind it, and you've got to trust it. So the last place where we got one deal, our last deal, the 21st deal, is we simply bought a wholesale deal from another wholesaler. We do that often as well. And so that's something where you can also do, a lot of people do, but hey, this one happened to be a really good deal, and we still made money on it. The wholesaler made a good wholesale fee, and it was all as well. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to get every single deal all the time. And so that's just the reality. All in all, we did pretty good. I mean, almost $22,920 in marketing spend this quarter. And then we did 21 deals. So if you really average it out, this number, the cost per deal was $1,092. Obviously, that's insanely good, but obviously it has taken years for us to get to this point, so let me just be very clear on that. I've done the cold calling, I've done the foreclosure door knocking, we did all the things until we're now in the phase where we're kind of a bigger company now, where we run a lot of ad spend, we get a lot of leads, we have a good follow-up system, we have the people, we have the connections, we have the private money, we have the funds, the capital, everything to flip wholesale and have everything we pretty much need at this point since we've been in it for almost 5 years. All in all, not bad. Now, what would I say overall, what I'm gonna change for this next quarter? SEO obviously does pretty good. There's still some improvements there. Facebook ads and Google ads. This is the biggest thing, the biggest couple things that I'm gonna really focus on this next quarter. I wanna get more followers on Facebook, put my face on it, put video testimonials and videos of myself more often and post more often, because that's gonna get us more conversions to the people that we're targeting with our Facebook ads, and make a little bit better ads as well, which is a whole other, I mean, your ads can always get better. We're always testing more ads, but also getting our landing page better, so when the people with Google ads do show up or SEO show up, they're gonna convert better. I think our landing page has been too simple for many years, and I think it's time to kind of upgrade that and really get the video testimonial, really get the locality with it. Don't have to make it sexy. I'm just saying with our landing page, we need to make it more convertible, meaning like put my face all over it and kind of get more of a local face-to-face feel where it's been more of a corporate feel. So that's the two biggest things I'm gonna focus on this next quarter. And obviously the last thing that I'm gonna focus on is just see the results from our direct mail campaign that we did send out. And then next quarter, I'll be able to give you a report of what the design was, maybe the design I'm gonna try next. That's kind of all in all our quarter one from January 1st to March 31st as far as the deals that we did. So 21 deals under contract / purchased with those lead sources. Obviously just looking at our company, it is different than some of these companies in bigger metro markets because we can get away with some stuff since we are in kind of a mid-tier smaller market. So just to think about that, but hey, hopefully you guys kind of saw my strategies for the next quarter, and this what I did well with this last quarter, just to see what you can take from it and do well from it as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching, but feel free to comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.